like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm good, I'm kicking back and I'm good. Everything good over here, yeah, everybody know I ain't about that drama. Everything good over here, yeah, everybody know I ain't about that drama, oh yeah.
Hey, I am driving right now, and I never know if it is unsafe for me to go live with you when I'm driving, but when I have something on my heart that I want to share, I'm like, this is the only time I get it, because when I go home, who knows what's about to happen when I go home. But before I start talking, press 1 and let me know if you can hear me, because my car is loud as hell. Okay? And so like with the air conditioning and just all of that, it's like I feel like it's a little loud. So let me know that you can hear me and that it's coming in clear, so we can get into this conversation. Yes, okay. T. Marie said it's clear for her. What about anyone else? Is it clear for you? I'm going to do like this. Hopefully my phone won't fall. Okay, well, T. Marie, you're the only one that is clear for. And I'm going to make sure I pay attention and do not crash because it is raining. And I love you so much. I wanted to show up today. Okay, Queen, it's clear for you too. Okay, so you see the title. The title is What You Bring to the Table, ? And for any of you that was aware of the late Kevin Samuels, this was a question that he was asking a lot of women as what they bring to the table. He wanted to know, because all these women, well, a lot of women, many women, we want a certain type of man. And at that time, he was calling it what was he calling it? A high-valued man. And so I think what a high-valued man was at that time was a man that is making over 6 figures. He, looks good, takes care of himself, has a lot to offer, especially with the money. And so many women, they desire this type of man. Well, then what he did was he asked women, well, what do you bring to the table? And that triggered a lot of women, okay? And at that time, it triggered me too. Like, what you mean? What I bring to the table? Me just being at the table is enough. I'm a woman. Just being a woman is enough, And then some women were saying, because, we have a vagina, that's what we bring to the table. Or because we can cook and clean and we give the babies, that's what we bring to the table. Some women will say that, and he was like, so disrespectful. He was like, and that's not enough. And I have a change of thought with that now, because before I was like, how dare he ask us women what we bring to the table? And most women, they couldn't even answer that. And that is what came to me today is, why is it important for you as a woman to know what you bring to the table? And the reason why so many women, including myself, was triggered by that or offended by that or tried to what's the word when you trying to defend yourself in that, it is because you're not clear what your value is.
Y'all, check out this short featuring Stephanie, aka Seven. Y'all remember Seven, right? She's the one that was the alleged doula when Zoka, aka Jayon Marie Townsend, gave birth to baby Love. She's the one that everybody suspects had something to do with it. Guys, drop me a comment, like, and share.
That's why. Anytime anyone poses a question to you, and if you get triggered by it, it is because you're not clear about what that is for you. So then what it does, it taps into your lack of knowledge of self or the lack of inadequacy that you have. So instead of attacking the messenger or the message, go within and ask yourself, what is this bringing alive in me that I'm not willing to face? So the next time a man asks you what you bring to the table, I want you to take the opportunity to answer that for yourself. And the reason why it is important for you to know what you bring to the table, it is not for the benefit of the man. It is the benefit for yourself. It is the benefit of you having confidence and knowing your own value and knowing your own worth and knowing what you will and will not accept in your life. That is why it is important for you to know what you bring to the table. Not just in your intimate relationships, but all your relationships. Anybody that you deal with, you need to know what you're bringing into that. Because I remember when I was out there, when I didn't really know who I was, I moved differently. And especially when I was dating, I did not know what I brought to the table. I didn't even know what my value was and what my worth was. And so I would listen to all these other people and thinking that the value that I had was in between my legs and that I was attractive. So when I got into these relationships or when I dealt with men, that is where I pulled my power, or my so-called power, was that I was attractive and that, you know, I could have sex with you, or I was good in bed, or I was a freak or whatever. And all that led me to was being promiscuous and attracting men that did not have anything to offer me as well. Or they took advantage of it because I didn't know my worth, I didn't know who I was. And so as I continued to start learning myself and understanding myself, the quality of my relationships changed. Okay? The way that the inner dialogue that I have with myself changed, because I realized that my power is not because I have a vagina. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you think because you have a vagina that makes you worthy of something, there's plenty of women that have vaginas. All women have vaginas. And there's even some men that now are creating their own vaginas. Okay? So, and then there's women out there that do tricks that you can't do. So us being a woman, because we can have children and we have a vagina, it's not enough. It's not enough for you to stand firm in who you are. Because it's a great responsibility to even be a mother. Anybody can have children, but few women really understand what it means to be a mother that they're proud to be. So again, this question is not for you to prove yourself to any man, okay? I want to make that known. This is for you to know who you are and be solid in that. And you won't be afraid to ask for what you want. Okay? You won't doubt yourself knowing what you receive, because you know what you bring into your relationships. You know what people are going to get from you. And if you don't know that, it's time for you to start getting clear, start remembering, because everything that you desire and that you want to be is already with you. You just forgot along.
Ex-Carbonation member Stephanie, aka Serenity, aka Grace.
When I unplugged from the Matrix back in 2017, I don't know how you would say that, because I quit my job, broke up with my boyfriend, sold all my things, and went to Costa Rica to be with my spiritual guru, aka cult.
I gotta run that back. I rarely hear her refer to carbonation as a cult.
Costa Rica to be with my spiritual guru, aka cult. I had this perception of the medical industry that was not very positive, because I didn't believe in helping people with drugs, and so I pulled out of that. But now that I've taken the time to isolate myself and understand who I am and get more in tune to that, I don't feel a need to disconnect from society or civilization. Way. And when you are clear about who you are and what you bring, you don't have to alter yourself to meet someone's expectations. And that's another thing that I learned, is that I was doing things in my relationships based on appeasing that other person, because I had lack of confidence. So I thought my role or what I brought was for me to cook and clean and be like my mama was, and that's what's attractive to men. But that might be true for some people, but it wasn't true for me. And one thing you're not going to get from this live is for me to tell you exactly what that looks like, because everybody has their own standard of who they are. I'm just telling you, don't you here to tell you, no. The least you give it up, the more valuable you are. And I know that's really hard to hear. And I used to argue with my partner about this. I used to be like, you can't, a woman can have sex and she shouldn't be judged. No, she is going to be judged. But the main person that should be judging you is yourself, because you got to ask yourself, how valuable is this thing between my legs? Because if it's that valuable, everybody shouldn't have access to it. I don't care. And before anyone gets access to that, you better make sure all of your requirements are met, because that's just how precious you are for someone to be able to get that close to you. They have to make you feel safe, and they have to meet your requirements, whatever that is. And so whatever your value is, you decide what that is. You decide. If you want to be a woman that's going to cook and clean and she going to be that, okay, that's what you bring. But you better be confident in that. See, for me, I realized my value is way more than that. Because if you deal with me, if I'm in your life, I'm going to have it to where you can pay someone to cook and clean for both of us, because I know my value. I know my worth. And the majority of my most significant relationships that I had, they all became better men because of the relationship they had with me. At first, I wasn't confident enough to say.
Nope, not all of them, Stephanie, a.k.a. Serenity, a.k.a. Grace. Not all of them. And Lehio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God, did not become a better person.
Because of the relationship they had with me. At first, I wasn't confident enough to say that. I would have never said that. But when I look back at my most significant relationships, and I look at who they were before and who they were like during and after me, I'm like, okay, I know my value. I know my worth. And I know what I will and will not do, because I know who I am, and I know what you're going to receive being with me. Okay? You're going to get even more clear of knowing who you are. Hell, your credit score is going to go. You're going to be more organized. You're going to make more money because of me being in your life. Whatever you have is going to double because of who I am, the presence of who I am, what you're getting from me. And when I started accepting that, that's when things started changing for me. And even in my current relationship, like the way that I was with him, I was trying to be what I thought he wanted me to be, or what he said, or I was trying to have this image, but I wasn't satisfied with myself, and I wasn't happy within myself until I sat back and I asked myself, what do you want for your life? What does that look like? How do you want your relationship? And that's when I had to take a cold hard look. Like, look, there's certain things I don't want to do for you, that I know that is important to you, but that's not what I want to do for myself. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be Susie Homemaker. I don't want to be cooking and cleaning up after you, being your maid and cook. I don't want that. Those are self-sufficient responsibilities, because I realized what my value was, even more of how it was going to improve our relationship and improve your life. So that's why I was able to be like, no, I don't want to do that. And yes, he didn't like it.
All right. right, y'all, go on ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Yes, it didn't go well at first, but eventually we made those adjustments because it's like, if you want me to accept you for who you are, you got to accept me for who I am. And that is one of like my values in life and in my relationships, is that I want to be who I am, but I also have to accept you for who you are. It goes both ways. And if it gets to a point to where the things that I'm telling you that I no longer want to do, and those are non-negotiables for you, then we're going to have to make a decision about this relationship. You know what I mean? Because everybody, I feel, deserves what they want, but they got to put in that effort to get it. You know, and ever since that we made the choice together that we're going to reevaluate how we're doing things in a relationship, and certain roles and responsibilities, they're going to start switching. I feel our relationship has gotten better. Like, even our intimate relationship has gotten better. Like, we have more sex and just being more close, because now I'm showing up in a relationship.
Hey guys, if you're catching this at the premiere, be sure to smash that like button on your way in or on your way out. If you're catching this on the replay, hey replay gang, y'all know what it is.
Just being more close, because now I'm showing up in a relationship that serves me. And it's okay for you to go into a relationship as a woman. It's like, how does this serve me? Because a man's role in a woman's life is to provide. And if he's not doing that, there's no point of having a man in your life. Okay? And whatever you want that man to provide, that's on you. Everybody got their own standard and desires of what they want in a relationship. I'm not here to tell somebody, like, no, it got to be this way. What I'm here to preach on the rooftop is making sure your needs are being met as a woman, that you have the courage and the confidence to speak up and not care about what others think to the point you're going to compromise your own well-being for someone, because that's not fair for them to be with someone that's not being who they really are, because I'm just being what I think you need me to be. Okay? So this is why when I thought about the question about what we bring to the table, like, women, don't knock that. Don't just think of yourself as the prize if you can't articulate why you're the prize. Because if you can't articulate, and again, it's not for you to prove yourself to anyone, it's for you to embody what you know. So if you can't explain it, that's because you don't know it well enough. So if you can't articulate why you the prize, if you can't articulate your value to yourself, that means you still don't know. And so you're going to be moving in, I don't know what I bring to the table. I don't know what my values, I don't know my work. So then you're not going to have access to ask for what you want. You're not going, and when I'm talking about asking for what you want, I'm not just talking about to your man, I'm talking about to the universe. You're not going to be clear in that. Okay? And if you're not clear in that, just be like, hey, I'm not clear as far as like what I want to receive and what value I bring in my relationships, but I'm open to myself to know the answer.
Y'all, let's do a quick check-in with Tori, aka Mama Joy. She's been doing really well. She has 2 children now and a husband. Guys, please be sure to drop me a comment, smash that like button, and share.
Value I bring in my relationships, but I'm open to myself to know the answer to that. So don't just sit in a place of not knowing if you don't know. Just be honest, like, hey, I don't know, but I would like to know, so that I can live the life that I want and have the relationships that are satisfying and fulfilling to me. You know? Okay. I'm in traffic, so now I can look. Yes, Queen Marisha, she get me. So anybody have any comments or questions? Because I wasn't going to be on here long. I just wanted to like share that. I just want to share that because I just feel like in this conversation, and I want to talk more about it, in this conversation between men and women, everybody is pointing the finger at the other like, you're the problem. And then the man say, no, you're the problem. And here I am like, y'all both the problem, really. Everybody the problem. Not if the man's the problem, the woman's the problem, the woman's the problem, the man's the problem. It's just like no one's exempt from being the problem. Okay? Unless you're gonna be the one that has the solution. Coming from this place of relationships with a solution mind, like a solution oriented mind. Alright? So it does not empower me to point the finger at what someone's not doing. What builds my confidence, it empowers me, is to see what I'm not doing and whether or not, if I choose to have the capacity to do something about it. That's what being the leader of your own life is, and building your confidence. It's really about building your confidence so that you can assert yourself, so that you can ask for what you want directly. And I believe this is the issue.
All right, y'all. So I am back with another great read. This is the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae. Some of you may know her as Nateri. She is an ex-Carbonation member, and she has authored this amazing book. The book is available on Amazon.com. Just search for the Goddess Affirmation book, authored by Janae Newell.
What you want directly. And I believe this is the issue for women today. It has nothing to do with patriarchy. I'm going to tell you that right now. For the 8 people in here, a woman's problem has nothing to do with the patriarchy. Anytime you hear the collective chanting and preaching about the same thing, that should let you know to stop and pause and reevaluate. Because the majority is always losing a healthy perspective about something. The majority is always looking at the victim mentality of something. The majority, the collective, is not looking at things as being the leaders of their life. The majority is always looking for someone else to do something for them, and if they don't, they're blaming everyone. So that's why you have to be careful when you hear a popular message. There's a hole in it somewhere. So when I hear people talking about the patriarchy, like the patriarchy, we need patriarchy. No, it's not. Women lost their own power. Women forgot who they were. And because of that, they allowed themselves to be led. They allowed themselves to feed into a lie. They allowed themselves to think that they had to be this ideal image for men, when they don't realize that we hold the cards as a woman because we are the receivers. We decide what we want to receive. And the men are the providers. Point blank, period. And if anybody argues about that, it's because they forgot who they were. So if you have a man in your life that don't want to provide, that's letting you know you need to go the other way. It doesn't mean that he's not a provider. It means that he's not choosing to provide for you, and you don't need that person in your life. Okay? Every woman, it's in her best interest to know what her value is. Okay? Because even being a receiver, people in your life is still going to receive something from you. What is that? And the more you're clear about that, the more happier and fulfilled you'll be with yourself. See, when you become self-centered and really focus on yourself for your own benefit, the world benefits. Okay? When you become self-centered and start focusing on yourself for your own benefit, the world will benefit.
All right now, Bush babies, I see y'all in the analytics. It's 42% of you guys not subscribed. Come on, y'all. Go on ahead and subscribe to the channel.
And this is what I want to see from more women. It's knowing that the power is in their hands. Stop blaming everyone. Stop blaming all the men. Stop calling the men deadbeat or whatever. You're the one attracting them. Why is you attracting these deadbeats? Why are you giving it energy? You know what I mean? So it's like, and you can seriously say because that's all it is, but that's all it is. That's all you have access to. But there's so much more out there when you get clear about who you are and what you want. And so when you see these things or these people in your life that you don't want, you're not even gonna give it energy because you're clear about what you want, and you don't have to settle. You don't have to compromise. You know, you don't have to like explain yourself because you got to that point in your life where you are clear about what you want and you are sure that you're going to receive it. Okay? All you have to do is get in alignment to it by loving yourself. That what getting into alignment means loving yourself, being honest with yourself, taking care of yourself, understanding who you are. Okay? What up, Flute Smart? So I'm about to go into a part that doesn't have internet. So I'm gonna go and I'll leave this live up maybe like for 24 hours and then I'll take it down. But if you have any questions, you know, you can hit me up in my DM or comment on this video before I take it down. I don't know if I'm going to take it. No, I'll probably take it down. I just like coming on here and just sharing, and whoever, you know, get these downloads, that's on you. Yeah, Flute, it's been a while. I don't come on here as often as I would like to, and I'm not going to give an excuse why. It's just that I didn't make the effort to come on live because, you know, I used to make content and go live all the time. But I just ain't making the effort like I used to, but you just never know. And I'm not going to say, but I am, and no, you know what? I'm just going to just leave it like that. I ain't going to make no promises or anything. If you see me, you see me.
I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm vibing. I'm chilling, I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm good. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama. Oh yeah. Oh look what it started. I'ma tell you right now, I plan on chillin' so hard right now. Ain't taking no calls right now. I'm kicking back and I'm lighting up, doing what the fuck I want. Just roll the wood, I'm feeling good. Just me, myself, and this blunt. Everything I do is way up, man. If anybody good, I swear it's us, man. I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing. I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing. I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm